Alright, well, hello there, and welcome back to our Let's Play of Grand Ages Medieval once again, folks. I'm your host, Chu, and welcome to episode 4 of the Let's Play series. So, starting off episode 4, there's one thing that I wanted to do, and the thing being that I'm actually going to make a peace treaty with these people over here. Let's see whether or not they'll accept kind of 40 grand for that. And the reason being is that, well, in the future now, I've tried to film this episode for quite a few episodes now, and one of the things that we kind of need to do is take a look at some of the stuff in the economic panels for now. More or less because the trade system here, I've got to say, it's not too efficient, and we've got to fix that before it becomes a major problem. So that said and all, we'll try to get that set up immediately, and we'll see kind of, what we can do about that. Yeah, the reason being is that from the looks of it, despite the fact that if we take a look at all towns, for example, we're overflowing with practically, fruits and grain right now, as it turns out, not very much of that, like, for example, the fish and, wine and stuff like that, they don't actually make it to Perth and locations. So, we need to fix that right away, and with that said, we'll see what we can do kind of, in the next few moments, really, to get some things set up like that. So, going in line of that, I'm actually going to get a fruit farm set up in Perth. I'm going to get a place for grain going on in dairy, seeing as how, again, these goods, they just kind of, they don't really materialize. I think I'll actually get it to do fish instead, seeing as how it's slightly more profitable. And we're going to build up these locations right away, because later on I fear that we might not have enough cash to do so. So right, that's one thing. And the other thing is that I'm going to build a lot of carts. The reason being is that our merchants, from the looks of things, they have the problem where they're just simply not able to carry enough goods across. And if we get that set up, that'll be good. And yeah, I'm going to take out this den right over here, because the sound effects in this game, for whatever reason, they're way too loud for just, a humble band of wolves, really. Right, so we'll try to clean that up. Looks like killing off the wolves gets rid of the icon over here. That should be pretty good. We'll reclaim all the pottery over there. We'll reclaim the shacks over here, and I'm gonna wander around for a bit. I'm gonna try to grab some of the dolmen bands over here, and just kind of the stuff that provides cash. Oh, would you look at that? There's a plague going on over there. Right. The reason for that is, ideally we'll be able to have some more cash. More or less because from the looks of it, you'll need to maintain a bit of working capital for trade to occur. And the reason being is that from the looks of it, as soon as we equip our merchants with all of these carts, they're going to be able to buy a lot more supplies. And once they're able to buy a lot more supplies, things don't, work out perfectly, in the sense that then they really start to, then they really start to buy a lot of stuff at once, which is quite heavy on your wallet. But the main thing is that they do really need a lot more carts, so we'll give them that. Right, and later on we'll see why. In the meantime, let's grab some more of these commodities. Grab another 40k. And we grabbed, 343 units of clothing, which gave us an immense amount of cash, which is all well and good. Yeah, the main reason being that if I take a look at your at the Empire panel here, or I think, never mind, not the Empire panel. If we take a look at units, well, one of the things that we can check out here is the trading routes. So currently, there's only two, modes for these merchants, right? And typically, I believe we have all of ours set up so that they're more or less just kind of trading goods for profit. And most of these are making a decent amount of cash off of kind of purchases and all that. But their highest workload, they are, for the most part, kind of capped at 1,000 going all the way through. So yeah, getting a few more carts would be greatly beneficial in that category, and kind of speeding them, through some of these areas like that. And the other thing is taking a look at a few locations. So for example, Hereford to Derry and all that. Derry, yeah, they really do need the wine and all that. So that is another thing that we'll try to improve upon. I'm going to build 4 more of those right now. I'm going to get another 2 coal pits. And I think... Wow, we have a lot of bricks stored. So I think getting another few things for salt would be also pretty good, but it looks like we need to build a chapel to get any bigger over there. Let's see, churches you build them when you have more than 300 people. Right, in that case we might want to build a few more churches in the near future. Over here, what are we missing? Things look all... Wait, no, we need more coal over here. Build 2 more buildings over here. Might as well get 2 of those. How are we doing over here? We can build a few more buildings over here. Taking a look at the goods we need. We should be pretty good for clothing, I want to say. Clothing is actually really expensive. So let's take a look at this. Cloth, or never mind. Not clothes, cloth. We have a lot of cloth. Nowhere to put clothing though, so we'll see what we can do about that. Right, in the meantime, in that case, I think we just get some more weaving going on over here, really. Yeah, pretty much just that. Right, so that should help us out by smoothing out trade and all. And in the meantime, I suppose we'll gradually upgrade our buildings with a few chapels, so that we can grow these towns to be, you know, bigger, of course. And what do they want over here? They want a transit agreement. That is fine with me. And of course, that gives us some extra cash to put away to other things, so that is fine. Alright, and we'll let these merchants stop by. I'm going to increase their capacities once again. And the other thing is that...
Speak now. You think you have something to offer me?
Yeah, we're going to come over here and we're going to offer him a trade agreement. Because hopefully, in a bit, we'll have big enough trade caravans that we'll be able to take out one of the merchants kind of servicing the north over here. And put them towards doing some trading and opening up the markets here towards the south as well. So that should be pretty good. And right, so right now Perth is actually a really major location for us. So I'm gonna buy them a chapel because they produce the vast majority of metals for us. And unfortunately, the metals that we have up here, they're not getting to any of the other locations. So we'll see whether or not we can kind of smooth that out in the near future here. And in the meantime, the trading kind of goes. Okay. So we can take a look at this again. Kind of make sure all of the merchants are more or less... What is going on with James Taylor? He seems to be losing quite a bit of cash on his trade routes over here. Yeah, I'm going to let him finish that route. But it would be really nice if we could kind of see the average amount of profits he gets per route instead of just kind of the last week one, of course. But hopefully that'll improve. Right, and in the meantime, I mean, we can take a look at some of the other things along our trade network over here for things that we need to produce. And things still nevertheless look like we really want some more smithies going on, and we want to produce a lot more metal tools and things like that. Right, so this is going to be kind of heavy-handed, but I'm going to build 10 of those. I'm going to build 5 of these, and I'm going to build 5 of these as well. And I'm going to really stack up Perth with a lot of stuff to be built in a very short amount of time. more or less, because that looks like, yeah, it seems as though they would really benefit from a lot of expansion like that. Seeing as how over here in like London and places like that, still barely any metal, and yeah, metals and things like that still arrive. Take a look at metal prices over here. They're 80 in London. They are metal prices are 134, so not bad. And of course, I'm guessing that goes all the way around to Hereford and places like that. Metal being, you know, fairly scarce in supply. So yeah, it kind of sucks that the all towns panel here, you know, it isn't too terribly efficient. But I'm glad that that should be handled soon enough. Over here, we can build some more stuff. Or, never mind. Can we build both of these at the same time? No. Okay, fair enough. Right, and then afterwards, ideally, we'll have some more stuff flowing to Hereford over there, and we can get the other shop set up. And in the meantime, I don't want to stack this area up with too many things, but I suppose we could add some honey-producing buildings as well. Yeah, either way, they'll be short on some resources. That's not too much of a problem, though, seeing as how a lot more of that will flow shortly. And what do they want?
We should improve our alliance.
They want a trade agreement. I'm just not going to answer that.
Let us pray together with the...
Let's take a look at what this does. So in the chapel, we can actually join them in prayer. And we can also set up a few festivals and things like that from the looks of things. Ah, okay, and that'll lure people towards the
with the happy citizens of this town.
The people there. So okay, so that's not, so yeah, that's pretty neat. Doesn't look like it does anything in particular right now, though. Still, I wonder what that does in the long run of things. Right, and again, I'm just watching these traders, seeing what they do. And I'm guessing with all of these shops and all opening right over here, should be quite a bit of production going on like that. Huh. Let's take a look at this. So these mines, they should be building right now, but they're not. Either they're missing the lumber, or the church only limits, limits us at 600 or 6,000 people. So in that case, these mines, they should be still building. I want to see what happens if I add one. Let's see. No, they're still not going. Huh, that might actually work. That might put a big hole in our plans if the mines here don't work as they intend to. No. Or no, they are building. Or I believe they are. Right, in that case, we might have to check back up on Perth over there. But this might be a bit of a shorter Let's Play than I had anticipated. If, say, for example, there's a bit of a problem with the resource chain up here, simply because that puts a really big hole in our plans. So now, you know, I can build more like that. I don't believe I've paused building over here. So either something's kind of artificially capping this, or you know, maybe it's just the fact that we don't have enough lumber there. Either way, we'll see what happens with that. And in the meantime, I mean, the other option is that I could just build something else. Or no, never mind. Okay, so things are going still working at Perth, so that's good. Right, in this case, I'm going to buy some archers like that, and I think we'll unlock the I think we'll unlock the longbowmen, seeing as how, I mean, we are inside an area known for them. And yeah, I guess that's one thing that I wanted to do. And the other thing is, let's see, offers the possibility to send workers from one town to another via the inn. That would be really useful. We can unlock different tech trees, or, you know, different levels of tech to increase trade potential. I think, or, you know, the third level over here would be really useful to double the amount of production we can kind of put out. But I think right now getting clothing, or, you know, tailoring is perhaps one of the things that we should do. Well, let's see what this is. Smithery increases extraction. Nah. We'll go with the tailor, more or less, because that presents us a opportunity to set up another kind of a premium good, if you will, which will hopefully speed things up by quite a bit. Right, and taking a look at our towns, I don't know if there's any one particular thing that I would say is kind of, you know, I could get rid of it cheaply for not too much of a hassle. So with that kind of, you know, being considered, I'm going to bump this up so that they can carry right around 2,000 units of goods. So in that case, I think we'll just kind of leave things as is for now. Yeah, we'll stack them up with 2,000 units of goods as well, I guess. We'll ship them out. Yeah, and I'm guessing now that Perth can ship out a ton of metal now. Hopefully a lot more of that stuff can get around. And hey, would you look at that? We need some more grain, so I guess we'll just build a few buildings right over here for that. Still need some more honey, which we can get from over here, I guess. And I think later on, one of the things that we'll need to do is disperse out, or, you know, disperse our buildings out by a bit. Seeing as how right now, with everything being kind of, you know, fairly close together, or the individual resources being fairly close together, one of the things is that not a lot of the trade, of course, goes fully through, as we've, you know, see here. Now, ideally, one of the things that I really want to see is this. So, yeah, once James Taylor kind of stops by at Perth, what he does is that, yeah, he picks up, oh, some bandits have appeared, some longbowmen bandits have appeared. We'll deal with them shortly. But, yeah, one of the things that I wanted to see was him being able to shuttle some of those tools, so for example to London, which would be really, really good. I expect that to, or no? I was going to say I expected that to pay really well, but I guess that didn't, which kind of sucks. But ideally, hopefully that all of that stuff would be shipped across, and hopefully that would make us a lot of cash. So yeah, in that case, I'm not necessarily sure why that doesn't, you know, make us as much as it should. That should have sold the tools here for about 300 a piece, and they should have bought those for only 250, which by you know, no means is that a bad margin, of course. So yeah, let's see. These are AI bands, so they should be fine. Right. So taking a look at trade again. Things should be more or less fine. But nevertheless, right now, it looks like they're currently making more purchases than they are doing sales. Right. I think we'll cut the episode off here and we'll come back. You know, honestly, I think I'll send it an email to the developers regarding the trade, seeing as how currently they really should be making a lot of profits going off of these, you know, tools and all, but I don't see that happening. So we'll try to figure out what is going on with that for you guys, and well, when things kind of get worked out there, we'll come back and, you know, we'll resume the Let's Play, of course. So bye bye until then.